I want to let the audience know that I was hesitant. So it's not something I pursued.
Yes.
I mean, ministry is not something I even, so I knew I had a mouth for gift for gab.
Yes.
So that's what God is using.
Yes.
He uses our natural gifts.
Yes.
So he purifies our natural gifts.
Yes.
And so I didn't apply for it. Somebody just saw it and called me forth.
Oh my.
Winning mindset. Yeah.
2820.
Flawless living. Made simple. Tierra Walker. Hustle and shine. Yeah.
Tim got that heat.
We on the grind, never taking time. Every single day, we hustle and we shine. From the bottom to the top.
I've got to let you guys know that I met this woman when I was a part of Women Who Lead. You've heard me to reference this several times with our Black Chamber of Commerce here in Hampton Roads Black brand. And the thing that struck me most, was, first of all, I tell people all the time that my experience with Women Who Lead, I needed it at the time because, I was looking for community. I was looking for sisterhood, right? And when we originally met, it was in the downtown location that they had that week. I cannot think of it.
I know the name of it too. Assembly.
Yes, exactly. It was at Assembly. And you were sitting amongst the other mentors because she was not, nor would she be, a participant. She was, in fact, a mentor, Miss Sebrina Brown, And what you said that day was, you talked about having retired and launching your business, of which we are going to talk about today and simple and wait till we get to it, And you were talking about your business, and you said that the core of that is your organization. You started talking about how you needed to have a SOP, how you needed to have a plan, how you needed to write it down. And it was so affirming to me as a member of that cohort because the company was only in its second year. And I was looking for that community, that sisterhood. And in hearing with so many of you women that were ahead of us and had accomplished greater than we had, or just were a bit farther than us, to affirm the things I was already doing.
Right.
Oh my God. I'm telling you. And that is what I remember of you. That's why I have been chasing behind you ever since. It's because it's a pleasure to know you.
It's a pleasure to know you.
I'm telling you.
I'm honored to be here with you.
I mean, this is, thank you so much.
Classy together lady.
Thank you so much. And again, let me clearly introduce you to our audience. This is Mrs. Sebrina Brown. She is the founder of Girlfriend's Tea, And not only is this a luxury, specially blended tea brand, it is also a phenomenal podcast, Come on, I hope you're at home watching this and getting ready to take in these gems on winning mindsets. So now, Sebrina,
I have to toast you.
Tell us.
Let's toast. I'm excited. Okay, so we have our queen cups. A friend gave me this from Backstage Jones. I'm going to toast to you. You are amazing.
Much.
And we're going to taste, and then for the first time for you, Bella the Ball. Bella the Ball has apple, orange pieces, rose hip, and hibiscus petals.
Oh my!
And the hibiscus petals, you all, is good for reducing inflammation and lowering blood pressure and many other things.
Oh, you know what?
There's no sugar in this.
No, I'm telling you, and you can taste.
In our tea, there is.
Now, I will tell you that one of my favorite flavors and favorite scents, this favorite everything, is rose. Okay. And I love the taste of hibiscus. I love the taste of rose. And you can clearly, the thing about this is that the first sip, you taste that apple, but the aftertaste is that hibiscus, right?
Right.
Because it doesn't have orange, and you have that orange. You can taste that. But my manufacturer makes some great teas. People have asked me that I grew up. I was like, you can, just laying down the table. Oh my God, this is
How much
amazing.
time?
And these cups, they say queen, you guys. I don't know if you can
Cheers
see that.
to you queens.
Yes, cheers to all the queens watching and the kings too, okay? And the kings too. Now, Sebrina, please tell us. I mean, I was reading your bio and I just told you a few minutes ago that you, to me, you've done more in the past 6 years than lots of people do in a lifetime.
Oh, that's interesting.
And that's what I said is that I didn't know you before Women Who Lead, but to know that you started a tea brand and then decided to launch a podcast around sisterhood, wellness, and success. What inspired that?
Actually, COVID inspired it. But I don't think I would have started the podcast had it not been for COVID.
Okay.
So, we were on lockdown. And so when you're on lockdown, I probably would have done an event, but not a podcast.
Yes.
But I've always had, according to my friends, a gift for gab, if you will. So I love to chit chat. And because of COVID being on lockdown, but actually I started it before we were on lockdown. I didn't know we were going to be locked in. And I just said, can I get just 10 friends that will have tea with me?
Yes.
And at that time, I didn't even have my tea brand, to be quite honest. So podcast was first. But I said, let's have tea and just fellowship.
Okay.
And interview. And then it just evolved. But I'm telling you, the platform was packed in because I was one of the first, I would say, amateur podcasters that started. And it was packed. There were 100 women.
Wow.
As soon as COVID was over, they were like, it's been great. It's been a great year. It's been a great.
I'm telling you.
Because they're like, we're out now. We outside.
Yeah, no, for
So
real.
I'm going to launch on Spotify so that I can diversify, not be relying on my known audience on Facebook.
Okay, no, that is good. Yeah, because I was reading that as well. So you have over 2,000 members of your Girlfriend's Tea page?
Yes, the Girlfriend's Tea private group. The Girlfriend's Tea private group. There are about 2,000 women in there.
Wow.
And on my personal page, I probably have 6,000.
Okay, yeah, okay. Well, that's quite a bit. That's nothing to sneeze
Well, I'm reaching for more.
Yes, absolutely. And so that's the thing is that, so you said that the actual podcast started before the tea.
Yes.
So did the podcast inspire you to go forward with the tea?
Yes, because I would say bring your tea. And let's just, I would toast the lady.
Right.
I would toast.
Oh, that's
raise a toast. We had a little saying, we would say girlfriend.
Yeah.
Girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's what we would close out with. So we would have tea, but we're not sipping the entire, at least not me.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking, but they would be sipping on their tea.
Right.
That's how it started. But then I said, I didn't think I could have my own tea line.
Okay.
So I say, if you have a passion for anything, just do it. Just do it. And I had zero experience. I just went looking for manufacturers.
And that's what
I went looking for manufacturers. I read. So I said, God, I don't know what I'm doing.
No.
And then I just, you get discouraged.
Yes.
So I sat back for a few months. Then I said, nope, I'm going to do it.
Yes.
And then I started delving further.
Yes.
And actually, amazingly, the first manufacturer that I saw, I went with them.
Okay.
I checked into another one.
Right.
But this manufacturer had a plethora of flavors. They were already.
Wow.
The other one, the tea was, but they didn't have a lot of flavors.
Right.
So I think I've tried probably 70 of their flavors.
Wow.
But, there's only, I'm sorry, I'm picky. There's only maybe 15 to 20 that I really like.
That you really
so far. But people, I'm learning to get other things.
Yeah.
It's not about me. People say, oh, I like this. And I haven't launched it yet, but I will have some wellness teas.
Oh, no, that is really good.
That are specifically for cold or fasting or cleansing.
Yes.
Getting sleep.
No, that is amazing because as you know now, as we were talking before we started filming, I am, and everyone knows, I am both a coffee and tea. That is pretty much the only things I drink outside of water. And so I have a vast experience with tea, but what's interesting is that I have just recently, probably in this past couple of years, started expanding my tea taste. So I can definitely understand what you mean by saying that there are samples that you've tried you really didn't like.
Right.
Like, I will be honest, and I'm going to get your opinion on this.
Right.
Now, you know what tea that I absolutely will never love?
What's that?
That everybody and so many people love?
What's that?
Is Earl Grey.
I knew you were going to say Earl Grey. I don't know it.
God.
I can't stand Earl Grey. Okay.
That
I don't
is the
understand.
worst tea.
I don't understand.
I don't understand. Whenever I travel, I'm always
not
like
big on
taking
black
my
tea.
tea. Yeah, me either. But that Earl Grey, I don't understand it, and they have it everywhere. Like that's the one that you're gonna find. And I recently went home, and I had to actually go find a natural food store because I left my tea here by accident, and I had to go find a natural food store and get some tea because all the hotel, and this is a nice hotel.
They do
all
have- They have the Earl Grey.
Grey.
They do the chamomile.
Exactly. That's what
And
they
I think they play it safe with the
Oh, my
conservatives.
goodness.
And I
So
even spoke with a
good.
hotel about that. I said, y'all could jazz it up a
Yeah,
little
you really
bit
could.
and just have some nice.
Exactly,
You know.
exactly, and that's what I'm saying. They need to expand these offers. That's something to look into too.
Because they're very conservative.
Yes, and I think that knowing that we have so many more women tea company owners that maybe, especially black women, that maybe that's a lane that could be opened,
Right.
into you. I mean, think about if you got into the Marriott chain.
Right.
Oh goodness.
One Marriott was.
And this is my second tea from you.
Oh.
This is my second tea from you because we share the same hairstylist.
That's right.
And they offer
You
you
can
tea.
have the tea.
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
you better know.
He loved it.
When I go in there, I get that tea.
I'm so honored
yes.
that he would have my tea.
Oh,
there.
yes. And it's,
Because, he's high class.
yes, the whole space is high class. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And so you figure that this is my second time, and I have not been disappointed yet. I mean, you see, it took me a minute to sit it down. I had to realize, like, oh, I'm on camera. Let me put this tea down because it really is good, and I don't want it to get cold. Okay,
Right.
delicious. And what is that flavor?
That is the Belle of the Ball.
Belle of the
So
Ball.
that is
Okay,
Belle of the
I
Ball.
love
I
that.
love Belle of the Ball.
I love that.
I want to feel that way. I want when people drink it, I'm painting a picture.
Yes.
That you are the Belle of the Ball. You're the Belle of the Ball no matter what tea you're drinking. But I want to
Yes.
make sure that if anything is infused in them for just once that
Yes.
day, then they okay, I am the Belle of the Ball.
Absolutely.
Every woman is the Belle of the Ball in her own way.
Yes, and I believe that. And that is a great way to kind of go into some of the things that you do to curate sisterhood in our community. So now I know that also along with your podcast, you also have had a few live events, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
What inspired you to take because I know you said that after, I heard you when you said that after once COVID ended, everybody, we said, forget it.
That's right.
We gotta go. I'm gonna look at you for
That's
15,
right.
not
That's
for an
it.
hour.
That's
I'm telling
it.
you, I get it.
That's
I love long form content, so I'm a YouTube girl down. However, what made you decide to take those to live events?
Well, actually, because of the conference. So
Okay.
we were online. I knew 21 was rough.
Right.
They weren't ready. 22, I would have thought the women would have been ready.
Right.
They were not ready.
Right.
They were like, So I did it in 23.
Okay.
So not my first live event. I did events for the U.S. Postal Service before
Yes.
my entity. I did it at the Marriott in Newport News.
Okay.
And on that day of all days, there was a shooting in the tunnel. Nobody got killed. Somebody was shooting.
Yeah.
And so
I
half the
remember that
people,
too.
at least 40 of the people, couldn't make it there because
yes.
most of the people from the South Side.
Yeah.
But it was a lovely event.
Yeah.
It was the first time that they got to see my tea on display.
Yes.
On display
That's
for them to
beautiful.
sample, and they bought nice gift baskets.
Yeah.
It was a very nice day. Of course, I had women professionals who
Yes.
spoke on various topics like child sexual abuse. Now that topic, I want to be my heart. I want to reach women on that. I was sexually molested as a child, and women don't talk about it.
Yeah, they
Thank
don't.
you. Women don't talk about it and understand, but I have no problem
Yes.
talking about. I can talk about it just like I can talk about this tea
Yes.
with zero emotion or anything.
I'm not surprised that you said that. It's so interesting to me because, and it's funny, me and my brother were having a conversation about this recently because, I grew up in Baltimore City during the height of the drug years. And as a result, we lived in the house with my grandfather and my uncle, right? And we were talking about the men in our family. And I was saying, because my mother's family name is Goodman, right? And we were talking about how we really come from good men. And I was
how that
saying
goes
that,
with the name.
yeah, and I was saying that, knowing that by the time I left Baltimore, okay, I had about 4 friends that I knew close that had been molested, abused in some way in their home by a family member. Whereas the direct stark contrast of my own upbringing, despite any choices I was making or any lack of supervision, my uncle and my grandfather, it was never even a question. Do you know? I can recall as I was becoming a young woman, because we lived there for about 6-7 years. And you start budding and growing. And I can recall just coming out of the bathroom and but the towel not being right. And my uncle coming out of the hallway like, get back in that bathroom, cover up. Like, that is the way that I was treated. Meaning nobody, and so it always, to this day, it always just jars my mind, because I was like, they might not have been fathers to me or provided the supervision, but thank God they did not touch me, right? And I know so many women that it's affected.
1 in 4 young
and then
girls.
you see the long-term effects.
Right.
And the hardest part, I think, is that so many women never get the help that they need to be able to face it and overcome it and know that their value doesn't lie in that experience.
Exactly.
And it's so beautiful for those women that have and do, right? How do you face it? How did you face it? How did you overcome it?
I'm glad. Thank you. I didn't even know I was going to. I didn't even know I was going to say it or bring it up.
It's a winning mindset.
Yes, definitely a winning mindset.
Yes.
For me, I'm not discounting anyone's experience, but I always, when I talk about it, well, first of all, to be quite honest, it didn't live with me, is what I'm saying. I totally forgot about it.
Yes, okay.
And here's the only reason I think why, and I am by no means minimizing anyone's experience, but I do thank God it was no one in my family. Mm-hmm. It was someone my mother knew, though.
Okay.
She raised us as a single parent, but it was no one in our family, but someone that she knew. I thank God that it was wrong. I'm going to be clear, it was wrong, because it did change the trajectory of my life and my outlook as it related to men and sex. But I thank God, and I say this publicly when I give talks. I used to be on the board for Stop Abuse. Okay. And I would talk about child sexual abuse as a representative for them. I thank God there was no penetration. Mm-hmm. I think that all of it is bad.
Yes.
It was fondling.
Yes.
But all of it is horrible, it's sickening. All of that. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I never thought about it. I didn't block it out because of trauma. I just never thought about it. Mm-hmm. And I remember, and I've shared this publicly, I recall going to a counselor. And the only reason I went to a counselor, because I saw someone, I believe it was Oprah. Mm-hmm. I saw someone on Oprah, and she was a grown woman at that point. Right. She said she was molested as a child, and she told her mom. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason I went to a counselor. I love my mother, but I didn't have that. She never talked to us about sex. Mm-hmm. I had to find out about sex from my young girlfriends. I didn't even know, honestly, I didn't even know how it was done. Mm-hmm. That's how bad it was. I'm like, ugh. Right. My first experience, I was like, oh, I don't like this. Right. I don't like this. I didn't know it was supposed to be this way.
Oh, your girlfriends must tell you like mine.
No, they didn't tell me. We didn't talk about it.
Oh, my girlfriend told me the details.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it. I was like, is this what it is? But at any rate, I when I saw that young child saying how she told her mom, and I never told my mom. Right. I went to a counselor. You did. Not because I was struggling with it. I was over. I didn't even think about it. Yeah. I said, but I didn't tell my mom. Right. So is there something wrong with me? Right. I didn't tell my mother. Mm-hmm. Then she just asked me. I mean, this is what counselors do. They just get you talking. I'm thinking they're going to say all this, I don't know, over the top stuff. Right. No, she just asked me, well, why didn't you tell your mom? Right. And I said, well, I didn't tell her because I knew she would kill him. And I didn't want her, I knew she would be angry. Mm-hmm. And I didn't mind, I mean, that's understandable. Mm-hmm. I knew she would kill him, and I didn't want her going to jail because my mother didn't play. She didn't play with us.
And you know what? That's so crazy.
And I just didn't want her to worry Because she was a worrier. She's deceased now. She was a worrier. And she would have asked me 1,000, but that's the main reason. Because I'm like, I am over it. I don't want to talk about it.
Right.
And so she said, if that is the only reason you came, it really was the only reason. That was the only reason you came, then I think you did a good thing. Because it would have worried her until she said, you did a good thing. She said, but if it was bothering you, because my mother was living there, I would say talk with her. I said, no, I don't want to go through all that.
Right.
It's behind me. I just want to know. And she said, well, you didn't tell her because you didn't have that relationship with her. She did not talk with you about sex.
Yes. No, I hear you. I mean, and you figure that, but I'm so happy that you were able to objectively get a viewpoint to take away what so many women and men, because men are victims of child sex abuse too. And I think that the greater feeling that I've always been told, because the thing about me is that, and I think certain people this resonates with, is that I am the kind of person where people tell me stuff that I shouldn't know. I hear a lot of stories.
When you're confident.
I hear a lot of stories. I have, and the good thing is, for everybody that's ever told me anything, I forgot. So don't even worry about it, because I don't hold it. I was just telling somebody that earlier, is that I hear it, but I don't hold it.
Right.
And so I think that is a good thing. But I would say the greatest feeling that's associated with is the shame, right? It's that idea of thinking, what did I do to deserve this, or what did I do to receive this, or this to happen to me? I think that is the thing that most people carry for the longest, but there are different levels of it, and I just thank God that you were able to overcome it and be an advocate for others, right? As we, are always just reaching out to help our communities.
I know it has to come from God, because I promise you, I didn't think anything of it. I forgot all about it. Even when the child was talking about it, I didn't immediately say that happened to me.
Right.
I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel any shame. I didn't feel anything.
Right.
It was just,
you just
I guess I just moved on.
Yes.
Because I didn't forget it.
Right.
I never thought about it.
Right.
So God has given me the ability to forget things.
No, that's
put it that way.
That's good.
They're not totally forgotten. If they bring it up, I can remember it.
Right.
But it's just that I don't dwell on it.
Did he ever apologize, or did you ever see him again?
No, I was a child.
Oh, yeah.
I was a child.
Very young.
But this is what happened. Now, I didn't know we were going to go here, but we'll go here. This is what actually happened. When I interviewed someone, Regina Marscheider, she's now deceased. I love her. She was the executive director for Stop Abuse.
Okay.
So I became a board member.
Okay.
I interviewed her during COVID.
Yes.
I still have that interview. It's going to be, I need to just put it up on the site, because she's the reason that I even started talking about it. And so as I was interviewing her, and she said that the perpetrators, it's interesting with child sexual abuse. If you notice, they don't call it rape. If there's sex involved, because child sexual abuse is not just having sex. You can expose a child to just pornography.
Yes.
Whether it's through like a magazine.
Yes.
So all of that counts.
Right.
All of it counts. But in her case, she said that the perpetrators will say it's our secret. I'm telling you, out of everything, nothing bothered me. I was unfazed until she said that. Why? Because that's what he said to me. And all I thought to myself was, I was actually angry, livid, because I said, you know what, God? They know, because they interviewed the criminal. They know these patterns. I said, so all I have to do is talk about it. We need to help educate and tell your children, just like we did. Now, Regina Marshall and her organization, she would have children say, this is my body. There are certain parts you don't touch. Yeah. But if we even say, how awkward when a child doesn't know it. Awkward is it for an adult to say to a child, outside of a surprise birthday for mommy,
right?
This is our secret.
I know.
So we need to it's inappropriate. No, you won't tell mommy that secret.
Yes. No.
Unless it's a surprise for me, or dad, or your younger sister.
You know what? But I would say this too, because I know this from my own personal experience, is that, however, I would also say that if you are in fact a single parent, also don't tell your kids that you will kill the person.
Oh yeah, because they don't want to tell you. But the person would tell, they're going to kill sometimes the perpetrator.
But that's what
But you're
saying,
right.
is that I have found that by saying that to your child, that they're going to
afraid.
still choose to protect you
Right.
over themselves. Right?
My mother never said it. I just knew. By the way she was beating us, I knew she was yelling.
Oh, no,
By the way
no,
she
no.
had a temper,
Oh,
the
no.
way she whipped us, I knew.
No.
And you know, I'm just so glad we broached on this because
Mhm.
maybe a year ago, last year, my mother's best friend, she's still living. And I just happened to bring it up to her, especially when I started talking about it publicly. And you know what she said to me? Because she knew her as an adult better than us.
Yes.
She said, Sabrina, I can promise you she would have tried to kill him.
Right.
Then she shared something with me that my mother never shared with us. She said, your mother was sexually molested as a child. My mom didn't tell her who it was. So there you go. I mean, we never know what they live with.
Yes, we do not. We do not. And for you to be an advocate for abuse and for sisterhood, I mean, and this is, mind you, this comes after a full career. So it's like, the other thing that I so admire about you is when you were coming in today, you told me how old you were.
Yes.
Now, I'm not going to say that, but what I will say is that if and but God, okay? When I look at you, and there are so many women, and I'm so thankful to be able to meet and be in company and commune with women like yourself, because beyond, you know, it's easy to say there's hope, right? But to see in action the sharpness of your mind, the sleekness of how you present, right? And to still be just such a force is just amazing to me. I mean, it's like, how do you develop the fortitude over decades and decades to keep showing up as yourself?
Yes.
That's the part. How do you do it? I mean, what do you tell yourself to just keep being this amazing woman who is not a monolith, not one thing, not another thing, but a whole lot of it?
Oh, I thank you. You know, I'm a late bloomer in that area. I really am. I am very good at uplifting others.
Yes.
But when it comes to myself, I never spoke words of affirmation.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say that because you can maintain better if you're constantly speaking. Now, I say it now, but I'm a late bloomer in that area.
Okay.
God is just giving me energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's the energy.
Mm.
And our energy, you know, it helps to keep us youthful.
But do you like work out and stuff? Like,
I do. I love to work out. I just got back, but I'm not regular. I so want to be regular because I'm so tired. I'm so tired of having to drop weight. If I just stay regular, I know what to do to keep it off. Diet and exercise.
Yes.
And when I do it, I love it.
Yes.
But I'm the kind of person, when I get the reward,
yes,
I slack off. Even though I know what to do. Yes.
What?
I slack off because I'm like, I've gotten the reward.
Yes.
You know, I'm where I want to be.
Exactly.
And so that's why I'm back in the gym now. Because
I'm telling you, and you know, the funny thing about it is, with you saying that about the working out, all the way until about 3 years ago, every year of my life since I've been about 20 years old, I would work out from, my birthday's in April. I work out from December to April, right? And then that'd be it. My birthday come over, I say, you look good, right? And that's it. Honey, I crossed that little half of the half line, and baby, that week said, no, I think we're gonna stay here. It's gonna take a little longer than this 4 months. And so I'm telling you, I mean, it's a huge difference in how our bodies work. That's why I asked. It's because it's amazing, you know. And you said you have the energy. So now I know also that you are a minister.
Yes.
And so what made you choose? Now I know has been before these things, but what took you in that path? You know,
giving my life to Christ.
Okay.
I'm glad you asked. Let me see. When I give my life, okay, I know now. I remember because I always share the story. It was in I actually remember the date.
Okay.
I wrote it in my Bible. February 23rd, 1997.
Okay.
That's when I gave my life to Christ. You don't have to be in a church,
Yes.
but I gave mine
Yes.
to church. But I was dating someone.
Okay.
My mother, her personality, loved her. She always made sure we had clothing and everything. We were raised in the projects in Tyler Park, which is now torn,
Yes.
down or whatever. It's going to be something else elaborate. But we grew up in the projects, and I don't know. I just feel like when I got to a certain age, I said to myself, you can do better.
Yes.
You can do better.
Yes.
So for me, it was just about, I had low self-esteem when I was coming up.
Uh-huh.
I had low self-esteem. And it wasn't until I got a job,
Okay.
which I retired from the United States Postal Service.
Okay.
When I got a job with the United States Postal Service, I had my own money.
Yes.
My confidence soared because I
Okay.
had my own money.
Yes.
And so that's important.
Yes.
And then just identifying who I didn't know who I was. I
Right.
knew who I was technically.
Right.
I didn't know my standards.
Okay.
I was still discovering myself. And as loquacious as I am, I would often feel guilty I would assess myself and say, you talk too much today. Because I am a talker.
Yes.
So I've learned people don't believe it. They're like, no, because you're a talker. You're still a talker. But I learned to pull back.
Yes.
I learned to pull back and
Me too.
listen.
Me too.
And listen more. So I've always been the one to parade for others, like the pom-pom, the cheerleader, but never me.
Yes.
And when people would compliment me, I was horrible at receiving it because I'd be like, no, and I would shift to them. But, God had a plan. So regarding salvation, I was dating someone.
Okay.
I was dating this gentleman. And I was still, I was strong-headed. And he was a Christian. My mother sent us to church, but I didn't know that the church should be in us. I thought church was just for good people.
Yes.
You just go because you're good people.
Okay.
And when you go home, you're just regular.
Okay.
No, but church is a lifestyle. It's who you are. And you didn't Christ, whatever you're in,
Yes.
that is your lifestyle.
Right.
And I didn't know. So he was a Christian. He knew the word, I'll put it that way.
Yes.
He knew the word.
Okay.
And he would say some of the most profound things to me.
Uh-huh.
Not always from the Bible, but some things.
Right.
So I wanted to be like him.
Right.
That's why we are Christian. Christ means little Christ.
Okay.
As a Christian, we're little Christ.
Okay.
We're not Christ because there's only one Christ,
Right.
but we're little Christ. We're Christians. So he said to me one day, I still do have a strong personality, but I've learned to
temper it.
There you go.
Yes.
He said, you know what? He said, I want to marry you, but I can't because he didn't say I buck him, but he said you can't submit.
Oh.
You can't. You wouldn't be able to submit. I said I can submit. I didn't know anything about submission. I said I can submit. What do you mean? I said I'm a good person. He said you're a good person, but you're strong. You're very strong. I wouldn't let him lead. Is what he was saying. So I decided to go to church.
Yes.
And I went to Calvary Bible Church. I've been there since 1997. Actually, I went there before then.
Yes.
That's when I gave my life to Christ. And I'm telling you, like anything else in life, you have to experience it for yourself.
Yes.
So I experienced Christ myself. I went from one end of the spectrum.
Okay.
Seriously.
Okay.
I mean, I shut down.
Okay.
I was not having sex. That was major.
Yeah.
And I know some people, one of my best friends when I was growing up in school said, if I never knew there was a God, I know now. So that's your testimony. That's my test. That was one of my testimonies. Like I had no problem with that. But I shut down.
Yeah.
And I began to read the word.
Yes.
And as I read the word, I saw about submission, but I also saw about fornication.
Yes.
So there you go.
Yeah.
When I stopped fornicating with him,
Yes.
he knew that.
Yes.
He knew that. I had no intentions of doing it. God just did it for me.
Yes. No, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That is
So it was just being in a relationship with someone, and I do credit him
yes.
with. He was the reason. I know other people that was married, but because I wanted to be with him, he's the reason. I told him. He said no. I said yes. Because he said, you're so much further. He said that to me. I don't feel you're so much further than me. I said, but guess what? Just know that God used you.
Yes.
To be, we didn't make it. I'm fine.
Right.
But God used you to bring me to Him. And I'm so grateful.
That is a beautiful story. That is a beautiful story. So I so appreciate you just sharing these insights into what makes you wonderful. Your winning mindset, your ability and willingness to just grow and evolve through every phase of your life. What I hear is that you heard the call and you answered each time. And that that in fact is a winning mindset. Is when you can trust your intuition, the God in you, and then follow that above what you might have otherwise wanted to do. I know that initially that was not your aim.
Oh no, definitely not. And I want to let the audience know that I was hesitant. So it's not something I pursued.
Yes.
I mean, ministry is not something I ever even saw. I knew I had a mouth for gift for gab.
Yes.
So that's what God is using.
Yes.
He uses our natural gifts.
Yes.
So He purifies our natural gifts.
Yes.
And so I didn't apply for it. Somebody just saw it and called me forth.
Oh my God.
I didn't apply. I would have never applied. I didn't. I would have never. I'm like, I don't know.
And
I don't know. I don't know the Greek words. I don't know.
Right.
But they just said, you have a mouth. Everybody has their role in the kingdom. Everybody. Right. So they said, you have a mouth for Christ.
Listen, one of my favorite quotes is, God does not call the qualified.
He qualifies.
Oh my God. Right. And I when I tell you that is to me one of those lighthouse statements that continues to keep me going. When you feel unseen or unheard, I always look in that direction, and there are a few phrases, a few quotes that will always bring me back to center, right? And when you were just saying how you've always talked and stuff and that you tempered it, I definitely reflect that, because I talk so much that my dad, I remember when I was a little girl and I was going to Montessori, he would take me to school in the morning in the station wagon. And before I got out of the car, he said, I love you. Don't talk too much, right? Because I talk too much. And it took me 40 years to really, really understand what that meant. It wasn't that all of the talking I do is too much. It's that I have to listen, right? One of the things I tell people all the time is that I know He is a keeper, right?
Yes.
Because my 20s, first of all, I didn't do anything. I mean, I really didn't do anything. I was just really playing around. My ladder was backwards. I don't know what. I had fun. I went to college. I did those things, whatever. But the other thing is that people were telling me stuff.
Okay.
People were telling me stuff. And I just was not listening. Right? And it came upon me that I know so much because I done heard it.
That's it.
Okay?
That's it.
Because I've heard it. And when I started thinking about all the things I let get by just not taking the person serious, right? It wasn't that what they were saying wasn't serious. It's that I couldn't even respect the entity at all. I had my own intention, my own mindset, my own thoughts, and I just did not listen. And that changed the balance for me. But the thing I always say, and one thing I know for sure, is that queens are accountable.
Yes.
And what we got our queen cups. Come on, let's toast again. We got to toast again. Yes, queens are accountable. Cheers to that. And I'm telling you that's the thing, is that I have to ensure, right, that in this phase of my life, this new transition, this new place, right? Because we're ever evolving. I know that, first of all, evolution is a choice, right? Some people will live their whole lives being the same because they just choose not to do the work, not understanding that at the end of the day, the more you allow yourself to face the things that may be shortcomings, right? Not just always celebrating the great things about yourself, but addressing, overcoming, and evolving those, it actually provides an overall better life for your experience on this planet, right? And people don't get that part. You know, they don't see the greater value in that. So number one is the evolution piece of it. But number two is just knowing that you can.
Yes.
If you wake up in the morning, you still breathing, there's still a chance and a choice to choose different, you know, to choose different. And it doesn't have to be a major change. It could be the smallest thing. It could be the time you get up. It could be how much you ate. It could be how you wash your clothes. Whatever that is, you can choose it, right?
Right.
And so I'm just
loving this moment because
I'm telling you, I'm so grateful.
You know, people ask, what is womanhood?
Yes.
I mean, how do you define that? There's so many ways to define it, but it's just, I see, it's whatever that change is. It's just a change in my mindset. I get it now. I'm not saying I'm the epitome of understanding, but I get it.
Yes.
I really do. My book, okay, I have a book that I've been working on. It's supposed to have been out, but it's okay. I'm going to be on God's timeline. It's called Girlfriend's Tea.
Yes.
It's already copyrighted. Infusing the best version of you.
Oh, that's nice.
And that's where I am. I never thought about infusing, because I got it from the tea.
Mm-hmm.
And I never thought about infusing the best version. So we're taking all of that, everything that we've learned, because you can definitely touch lives just based upon, nobody wants to talk. Well, nobody really wants to hang with anyone who can't relate to anything.
Yeah.
You know, you've never been through anything. Everything's like, oh, I don't understand. Okay. You want somebody to be able to relate to a challenge or, you know, pain. You don't want them to have to go through it.
Right.
Just to have empathy.
Yeah.
Just to be able to relate.
Yes.
And I'm there now. I'm there where I'm actually sitting in my closet. I don't think my friends have noticed, but I have pulled away some.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot. Where I'm just spending more time with God.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm strategic with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I never was one to recite words of affirmation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally reciting words. So I'm a late bloomer in that area. But when you start seeing yourself and say, okay, well, unless I defy, you allow me to defy the average lifespan, God. I have more years behind me than I have ahead of me. So you start realizing, wait a minute, I'm blessed to get to this point. So let me redeem the time. Let me redeem the time. If we are allowed to live, some people can have that experience at a much younger age.
Yes.
I didn't. I was just, you know.
No.
But when it comes to ministry, you're called.
Yes.
You know, you're called. Some people know they strategically seek it out, I guess. But I definitely did not see myself, because I like to dance. That was my major hang up.
Yeah.
I like to dance. And
can you not dance as a minister?
Well, you can. You can, but typically, traditionally, you know, really seriously, people feel like, you know, especially if it's a holiness church. Yeah, I'm just saying, it's a holiness church. No. We're good. It's just that I think it's important, though, in the beginning. Let me say this.
Okay.
I think it's important to saddle yourself. You need to settle down. I mean, you really do, because you're walking this course now. And so I did. I really put myself in a straitjacket.
Okay.
I threw away I threw away every Prince CD. I threw away everything. I threw away even the jazz. I threw away everything secular. And I did. But you know what? It's important, though, I think, because you're just starting and you want to get rooted. You don't want to be distracted. So I think it's important to separate yourself until you get to the point where you've met with God, where you want to be. I mean, we're never where we really want to be. Right. You get what I'm saying? Yes. You understand. You have to have an understanding. So I know some people still love the persuasion. I put myself dancing on Facebook, and somebody said, isn't that a gospel song? And I was surprised. Somebody I know.
Yes.
And he was judging me.
Yeah.
And I even talked about it on Facebook. I said, I know who I am.
Yes.
I know who I am.
Right.
I would never put any foul lyrics on
Right.
Facebook.
Absolutely.
You know, but at any rate, I know who I am and I'm confident, well pleased that
That's so
I know
good.
who I am.
I mean, that's a long way from the little
Yes.
young girl with low self-esteem.
Exactly.
Right?
Low self-esteem. I mean,
You
all
really-
the girls always had clothes. I didn't have clothes. I had low self-esteem big time.
Yeah.
And people still see traces of it in me because they'll give me a compliment and I'll deflect. I won't receive it. Then I said, no, I do it. I still do it. So we have to remind ourselves to just be quiet and
just be
feel.
present in the moment too.
Be present in the
Be present in the moment. Well, you know what? Thank you for being present with me today.
I enjoyed it.
I'm so
you.
grateful now. If there was one thing, because we are at the start of the 2026 calendar year, and so if there was one thing that you would say, well, actually, I have two things.
Okay.
So normally, people will come up with a word or a statement for the year. So if you don't mind, do you have a word or a statement for the year that you'd like to share with the Winning Mindsets audience?
I want to share a story because when you brought up Black brand,
Okay.
It's brief. When you brought up Black brand,
That's your interview, honey. I'm so thankful.
when you brought up Black brand, me being there, I remember sharing something with you all.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say visible or watching. So you're visible and you don't know that people are watching you.
Yes.
And I remember sharing with you all that a former manager of mine, I was working for the U.S. Postal Service in Washington, D.C., told me to apply for a position. I was slated to go home because I had been applying for positions and I didn't get it. But I applied for the position. I'm telling you, and I said this there. I told him, I don't know that. I know USPS, but I don't know that department. He said, oh, trust me, you know. Because I used to work for him. Trust me, you know it. So I applied for the position. I went in and I shared this with you all. I think the woman asked me 50 questions. I didn't know probably 20 of them.
Yes.
Remember I said that? And so I knew what to say.
Yes.
If you don't know the answer, trained for many years, say, I don't know, but I can find out.
Yes.
But that should be rare. That should be only a handful.
Right.
So maybe out of 50 questions, I answered 30 just fine. But the 20, I was like, I don't know. And I got tired of saying it. And I almost said, look, we could just end this.
Yes.
So then she brought my manager in. She didn't know he was my former manager at the time. She said, tell her about da-da-da. When she came back in, she said, how'd you like talking with him? And I told her, but I couldn't tell her that I already knew him. I didn't want to know that. I said, oh, he's great, da-da-da. Then she said, well, you got the job. And I was stunned. And I said to her, I really was stunned. I said, what? I said, how'd I get the job? She said, you got the job.
Right.
And I said, but how did I get the job?
Right.
She said, child, what is wrong with you?
Right.
And then she told me, she said, let me tell you something. I knew about you before you got here.
Yes.
See, that's God.
Yes.
She knew about me before she said, I heard all about you.
Oh my God.
From someone else. That was her best friend. So this was somebody I didn't know. I met her in the restroom.
Right.
Developed a relationship with her.
Right.
She didn't know I applied for the job, but I told her.
Right.
So she sent the word before me. Right. So she said, you had the job. When you applied for it, she felt, but then she had to interview me.
Yeah.
Well, she interviewed me. And so I'm just telling you, you never know who's watching you and who's representing you. So that's the word. You're visible even though you don't think you're visible. And that's how I got the job. And the beautiful thing is that I wasn't going to apply.
Yes.
So if I didn't apply, I wouldn't have gotten the job.
Yes.
So apply yourself. And get that job, whatever God has for you.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, shucks. That's it. I don't know. Hey, look.
That's it. That's the side.
Yes.
Thank you. I so appreciate your time. You
honored.
are amazing.
Thank
You're
you
doing
so
some
much.
wonderful things. I mean, you got it going on, sis.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Now, as you guys know, all of the contact information is in the information box below. Now, We did increase our followers last year. However, you know I'm trying to get to at least 10,000. Please help. Please help. Now I know, that's a 20 times goal based on if you're looking at those subscribers. But if you subscribe, that's at least a start. And like I always say, start where you are and use what you have. So like and subscribe and get your girlfriend's tea.
Yes.
In nation and worldwide, correct?
Yes. Oh, I ship some to Germany and Japan. But it's girlfriendstea.net.
Girlfriendstea.net, and all that info is down below. Thank you so much for watching. Have the most wonderful and powerful week, okay? Flawless living made simple. Bye. Thank you.